Hello, everybody. Welcome to Night at the Museum, episode 151. This may be a quick evening. As you know from last week, Bill wanted to talk about Monte Casino and get Joe on here, but I haven't heard from Bill lately. So if he makes it on, we'll talk about Monte Casino. Otherwise, we can quickly go over this past weekend. The museum went to General Paintball Museum went to Cartoon Wars at Future Ball here in Michigan, just outside Pinckney, Michigan, or Ann Arbor area. And so it seemed like it was a good little turnout. Also noted, let's see here. I think let's see if I can find it. We got a poll now we can add to our screen here.
Oh.
And so I'll just throw a random poll up there while we're chatting here. Anybody wanted to chime in, feel free. But the question of the evening, I guess, will be, what items do you want to see at the museum when you go to an event that the museum's at? So we got four options there. More markers, soft goods, which would be like jerseys, pads, t-shirts, hats, sock hats.
Body bags.
Yeah, gear bags. Any of that good stuff. Or paperwork. How do you want to see pictures and patches and stickers and magazines and other documents, maybe catalogs and whatnot. Those sorts of things. Or number four, accessories, such as different types of hoppers, different types of air systems, drop boards, stocks, rain covers, barrels, things like that nature, barrel plugs, squeegees, things like that. So if you want to comment on that or click on that, that'd be great. Get some good feedback there. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to live poll, it's a new feature here on our StreamYard software that we use. So I figured I'd try it out. So that's a good start. So click your answers there, and I assume it will continue to collect until the end of the show. This might be a short show because we're going to talk about Monte Casino. And for those that don't know, Monte Casino is coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. And that is in Roothouse, Illinois, at Paintball To Go.
I'm sure Joe, the owner, he's in fever pitch mode.
Yep, Joe is probably hard at it, working to get the field perfect, as always.
Mm-hmm.
There's always improvements. Some of the highlights, if you've never tuned in before or heard us talk about it, are a life-size pirate ship. They have an abbey. They have a pub they've built, a small village, a landing craft. It's over a large area of property. They do on Friday night. They do a one-on-one tournament. It's free entry, free paint. They provide the markers. You provide your mask, and the winner gets a Wargame Products sniper pump marker. So that's all free. Also free firewood, free camping, free hot showers, free shampoo, free body wash for the showers. And then they have live entertainment typically on Saturday night. And cool pro shop, on-site air, or they have high pressure air at all your respawn points. So it's a really good time. So and make sure you check out, I think I have Dan Colby and Tim Schloss this year commanding. So Tim, the creator of Tiger Stripe Paintball and the owner of Gateway Paintball in St. Louis. And then Dan Colby, of course, the iconic man of the hour, Air America, godfather of high pressure air for our industry. And then Gorilla Air and now Immortal Air. Check out their new rig. The Monster Air rig that they just released. I've checked it out in October when they debuted it at the WCPL Gateway Classic. Let's see.
Paintball Dave, isn't he supposed to be there?
Yeah, Paintball Dave usually meanders in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is not this weekend, but next weekend people start getting there around like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Good food too. There, good food.
Adam's Cook Shack cooking up the food. And then, let's not forget, Bill will have the Old School Paintball Guns Museum, which is Bill's collection, on display there in the museum that Joe built for us on site. So make sure you check that out if you're in the area, because that takes a tremendous amount of effort for Bill to put up. And usually I'm there to help him, but I can't this year because of Daddy-Daughter Dance. another commitment. So maybe next year we'll see what they plan the daddy-daughter dance on. So yeah, that's what's going on. For this past weekend, we did set up the museum, like I said, at Cartoon World Wars in Future Ball. And I have a couple of pictures. There we are of the museum out at the event. So we had the trailer, and Dave will be there. Hopefully Steve will be there too. But yeah, so we have the museum trailer there set up. We have a little 10 by 10 tent set up outside with some more markers. Let's find what button I need to be pushing. There we go. Yep, we had our sticker board, some patch panels there. We have our new posters giving some earlier histories of the sport hanging on the side of the museum. But it was overall a fun event. Yeah, so you can see there. We had also the Double Trouble. We also raffled off a paintball mask, Die I-5, compliments of Die Paintball. Donated those and some hats. So we raffled those off for $25 to get you 6 chances to win the mask. And we give you a free hat for the first 10. And then $5 a chance also if you wanted to do that. Everybody I think that contributed got a hat, so that's great. And let's see here. So yeah, we did raffle that off. That was a good raffle. At the end of the event, we had a gentleman win it. I'm not familiar with his name, but he was very excited. And he contributed to the museum, so we greatly appreciate those donations. All the money raised for this goes to the Paintball Museum. I didn't spend any for any expenses for this trip, so maybe we can use it for a later trip or some other projects. But we did get some money for that, so that was great. Let's see if we have some other pictures. There you go in the back. Looking into the trailer from the side, set up right next to the pro shop there at Future Ball. And then this was the staging area. They were getting ready to talk about the pregame briefing on Saturday morning there. It was a little chilly. Sunday was hot. In the mid-70s, I'd say. But in typical fashion, there's my daughter. She came out with us. That was her nest, a little hammock chair and a coat over top of her. Obviously, that day it was cold, but she's eating snacks and playing on her iPad. So that was riveting for her. And then we also we camped in the trailer. Me and my daughter did. So that was our late night activities in the Paintball Museum. Mm-hmm. And that's my daughter's cozy nest there in the floor of the museum. Then we clean up the bed during the day. So, yep, she enjoys going camping in the Paintball Museum. But overall, it seemed like a good weekend. Had a lot of people come. A few people come through the museum. Met some cool guys from the Michigan Valor paintball team. And a few other teams that stopped by and looked at it, including I got to meet the owners of Future Ball, which I had not been there before this event, so that was fun to see too.
Damien was there.
And obviously Damien from Gator Mill was there. And then Damien, one of his props. I had several props, and they were, it was Cartoon Wars, so they had a cartoon theme. And his wife had hand knitted a bunch of props, so like carrots and pickles. And so carrots and pickles were worth money depending on what team you were on. And so you had to bring them back to Damien out, the game master there. And anyway, they were all hand crocheted and kind of like a stuffed animal. So they were kind of cool. So he gave a lot of those out to the kids. But he did have one prop that was unique, and it was a Mr. Hanky with a Christmas hat on from the South Park show. And everybody wanted it. About 30 people wanted it. So George Hay was there with his little booth and selling some patches. And George recommended that we do a live auction during the award ceremony and prize giveaway, and all the proceeds go to the museum. So we thought we might get $5 or $6 for it. And we ended up, it went for $50. So thank you to those generous donations. And then they got a Mr. Hanky. So that was great. We also donated them a patch for museum supporters. So if you want your own patch saying that you're a museum supporter, check out Damien. He sells them for $5 at most of the events he's at. And all the proceeds from that, he donated the money for the patches. So he sells them, and then once he sells them all the money for all the patches he sold will go to the museum. So that will help us there too. So that was awfully nice of him. So hopefully we'll see a good fundraiser for that also. Yep, old school cartoons won, by the way, if anybody's keeping track. Not that it matters, but it was a close game, and they did win. So the old school cartoons live on. Yeah, it was kind of neat. They had some trivia questions asking about like the Fairly Odd Parents and just Ren and Stimpy and Futurama and just a bunch of cartoon questions, and that's how they got some points. Yeah, we had a kid that his first day playing, he was looked like a teenager, maybe 15, 16 years old, maybe 17, I'd say less. And it was his first time playing, and Guru lent him some gear. I think he brought him with him. And so at the end of the event, he said he absolutely loved it. It was a blast. He couldn't imagine any more fun, as paintball typically is. And he said that he would be back, and he didn't have any gear. So Damien did donate to him at the award ceremony a brand new shocker. Not brand new, but refurbished shocker with custom anno and laser engraved. So it's a very nice piece. He also did win a hat from the museum. We got him in for a drawing, and we did 2 drawings at the end. We had 1 hat left over, and so we drew the mask, and then we had the 1 hat. So I said, draw 1 more, and we'll get the hat. And that same kid did win the hat in the second drawing. So that was nice. So I think he's really excited about joining the paintball crowd. So look forward to seeing him in future days at future events. So I think he had a great time, though. And yeah, so that was Cartoon Wars. They gave away a load of prizes. Gave away a marker there also. We had a lot of T-shirts. We had some VIP memberships to Future Ball. We had all kinds of goodies and things, pod packs and things. So it was a really good prize pack there. And it seemed like for the most part everybody had a great time. It was a big field. I got a tour of it from Frank, the one of the owners there, and Frank and Becca were really great host. They really enjoyed having the museum there. They appreciate us being there, so that was great. So it was a new experience to be there. Yeah, so the next event that the General Paintball Museum will be at will be Living Legends. I've talked it out with health survivors, and they are welcoming me back. So we'll be there for Living Legends. I hope to see some of you guys there. See what goodies I can bring into the museum to put on display that are different.
It's always a big event.
Yep, it's a decent sized event. Used to be a little bigger, but it's still a great event. I believe I heard Paintball Dave was also going to make that. Hopefully Steve, aka Tim, would be there also. But hopefully some other cool guys. I know Gator Mill will also be there because he's commanding one of the teams. And if you were at the event this weekend, you would have seen that Damien put one of his new Twister cockers on display temporarily in the museum. We were showing that off over the weekend. Would you believe it didn't make it back to Damien before he left? So it's still in the museum. So I do have his cocker held hostage here, but it will be on display probably at Living Legends also. So if you didn't get the opportunity, had it re-anode, all the cool pneumatics put on it. So hopefully, yeah, that would be something you can check out at the museum. And we have a few items on Lynn from the Old School Paintball Gun Museum also. So yeah, a lot to check out. Anyway, that's really all I had. The only other next event after Living Legends it looks like we'll be going to is, yeah, that's to be determined. But I'm thinking I might make it out to Bill Bailey's 45th paintball anniversary game. That's in June. The choice is NXL Cincinnati or Bill Bailey's 45th anniversary game. So Bailey's Battlefield is one of the oldest running fields in the country. And I see a comment. Let me find you here, Michael. It's a F6 Twister, yep. And I think it's one of 250, and it is number 250. So it's the last one made. Thank you, Mike, for that update. I'm not super savvy on my cockers, but it is a very nice looking gun. Looks like it's dripping slime with gator mail colors, so it's really really nice. Pink micro line on it. Yeah, so I'm thinking the 45th anniversary game, Bailey's Battlefield would be a good spot to go. So I might make the drive out there without the museum. But if I decide not to, then I'll try to shoot down to the NXL Cincinnati to share some paintball history there with our speedball folks. But yeah, so it's going to be a short show because this was a Bill show that about Monte Casino, but Bill didn't make it. So I think today's chemo day for Bill, so he could be a little exhausted, but hopefully he's feeling better, and we'll see him back here soon. We will not be here next week because Bill will be at Monte Casino on next Wednesday, setting up the museum. So I won't see us next week, but probably the following week, and we'll come up with a good lineup for you there. If you didn't vote, now's your last call, I think, for what items you'd like to see at the museum when you go to an event. So click those right there on the screen, and that'll give you give us some feedback here. But anyway, that's really all I had. If anybody has anything else cool going on, reach out to me. We'll talk about it in a future show. If anybody has a cool topic or something they want covered that we haven't covered or like covered more, then let us know. Okay, Joke Man here. Joke Man is in the doghouse with us. I'm just telling you, Joke Man.
Uh-oh.
You're in the doghouse. And I can pick on you because you can't punch me in the mouth from here. But yeah, Joke Man, which is the one of the owners of Allen Paintball Products in Northern Ohio. They're closing their doors and retiring after many years of service, which we do greatly appreciate. And how many other cockers did Bud Orr make? Well, I think we estimated like 600,000 or something.
And how many times you asked this question?
Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, but anyway, somebody keeps getting rid of old things and throwing them in dumpsters and scrapping them. We're just a few hours away. We can come get it. Just let me know. Tax write-off donation. Allen Paintball Products also donated some Airheads nipple covers and thread protectors, which we gave a few away to some interested patrons at the museum this weekend. So we greatly appreciate that, and we'll come up with other ways to use them for giveaways in the future. But he gave us an absorbent amount, so we appreciate that. But some molds for like Tippmann grips or something would have been fantastic to have on there since we have a bunch of Tippmanns on our wall. But who's the judge? Who's the judge? Mm-hmm. But anyway, we do appreciate your support, Jokeman. But if you stop throwing things away, that would be great for us. But anyway, with that said, that's all I got. And I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And hopefully we see you at an event in the near future. And everybody get out and enjoy some paintball and some warm weather. Here in Michigan, we're building an ark because we got an absorbent amount of rain. So luckily the barn's staying afloat here in the museum. But yeah, there's standing water everywhere, several inches. So it's ever increasing. But anyway, Michael says, do you have an airgun design 6-pack? I do not. I have the single changer, but I do not have a 6-pack in the museum collection. I've had a few people threaten to donate one, but I've yet to see it. So, there are valuable items, so I completely understand why we haven't seen it. But I would love to have one to add to the museum. We do have the single changer, lever action changer on display in the trailer, so that's cool. And we did get a couple donations. We got a Bob Long this weekend. We got a Bob Long Millennium series, all black. We also got some video games from the Michigan Valor gentleman. And if I had his name at the top of my head, I would throw that out there, but I misplaced it. And but I will remember eventually. And then we had let's see here, Regulator donated from the Gator Mail Group, an old Armageddon reg from Air America. So, yep, those things. The Regulator's already on display. I put it out immediately. So are the video games. We have a little bookshelf now in there, and they're on the shelf. Very cool to see. It's some Greg Hastings 1 and 2 paintball, and another game there for the Xbox. So those are great to be seen now. But yeah, we will. Yeah, always adding things. We do appreciate everybody's support, and working on a bunch of things, various things for the museum, such as a STEM program working with the local high school to work with them to help us make like 3D models of cutaways of guns. Also working on like content for our webpage and social media, also websites. Michael Young is the Michigan Valor gentleman that donated the video games. So I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, we're working on just a couple things to help out working with the school, high school students, right? Get a real world experience. It helps us out, helps them out. And then give them credit for what they do. And then when they move on to their careers, then they can hopefully show off what they've done for us to help with their future career. So we are working on trying to get that program started. Obviously, we're going to look into getting some grants and getting a bigger trailer so that we can have more stuff on display for you guys and share the sports history. So anyway, with that said, I hope everybody has a great night. See you next time.